kunnen laten.
Deze ook op.
Oké, jullie hebben 50 minuten, jullie mogen beginnen.
Ik heb zien.
Ja, ja. Van overal als ik dat
Sim, vision.
zeker van.
Yes. Ja.
Morgen.
Niet zo verrassend. Niet echt een landje wat ik wil.
Nee.
He wants to ride those to victory. They don't die to Lightning Helix.
Yeah.
So I'm imagining.
Oh, and he does pick an opt.
Yeah, but he has another something.
If he has another discard spell, that will be devastating. Or he is trying to get Nick out of finding that white mana that he needs for his removal spells.
Fair.
As Nick casts the opt in the end step of Niels and drawing that Sacred Foundry, so he does have that white mana now that he's so desperately needed for the 3 removal spells in his hand. Shocks it right away into play at the ready, and he drew a spell queller.
Ooh, very good pickup. Very good draw.
So he has pretty much a counter spell for the first threat Niels plays, and even if it gets removed,
yeah, that's
wow, that's a nice target.
Yeah, I feel that Niels should have gone for the second Thoughtseize last turn instead of playing a tapped Shambling Vent. Because he could have played a second Blooming Marsh to do it.
Yeah, you see him playing a Blooming Marsh untapped right now, passing the turn back, and a Hallowed Fountain for Nick. Getting first damage.
Passes the turn.
Now safely behind 3 removal spells. Must be nice.
Although Siege Rhinos always hunt in packs.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah. Rhinos hunt in packs, yeah. There's never only the one.
Never.
As you see a Marsh Flats, I believe, still in Niels' hand for the 4th land. Thinking about maybe another counter spell from Nick to play around, but I believe he also has 2, yeah, there you see, he has 2 Siege Rhinos.
I actually really like playing the Liliana here
Just
first.
go for the Liliana here, yeah. I mean, he knows there are only 3 removal spells in hand, so
he knows Nick's hand. He
Yeah.
knows Nick's hand. He's seen all the cards.
Yeah.
There's 2 Lightning Helix and a Path to Exile. He knows this.
So give me my Thoughtseize. And I suppose he's going to take the Path to Exile now.
With his hand right now, double Siege Rhino, nothing else.
Yeah.
You have to.
One of those Lightning Helixes might be aimed at Liliana at the end of the turn.
Yeah, which actually works out very much in Niels' favor, because
Oh yeah, it does.
then 2 Lightning Helix can't combine to kill a Siege Rhino anymore.
So let's see. Yeah, there we go. Lightning Helix your Liliana down, and Niels is like, this is going perfectly according to plan.
Yeah, you gotta feel that Niels really has the advantage right now.
Now we see a draw. Is that a spell queller?
I think it's Scalding
land.
Tarn.
Yeah, Scalding Tarn.
So let's see some big threats from Niels.
Some big dumb rhinos. So is there what's the best route to victory for Nick once those Siege Rhinos start resolving.
Oh, he's looking for a Snapcaster Mage. Just Pat to exile the first one, find an answer for the second one. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. There we go. I'll go back up to 16. Thank you very much.
Drop you down to 18.
And pass the turn back. And he even has that Shambling Vent to keep the pressure going.
Indeed. Oh, Nick picked up another copy of Spell Queller.
Alright, that's at least half decent.
Yeah, it can counter the second Siege Rhino.
I'm going to stop the second Siege Rhino.
For now.
Yeah, for now.
Huh, but Niels has drawn a copy of Abrupt Decay.
Oh, wow.
So things are really going to according to Niels' plan.
Yeah, there we see Spell Queller flashing in.
Only a
Exiling
momentary
the Rhino.
setback.
Yep.
With the Abrupt Decay backup, so.
A fetch from Nick. And I don't believe he plays any Wrath of God effects in his list.
Not in the main at the very least.
No. Not. Yeah, he does play some Wrath of God effects in the sideboard.
Yeah, but those aren't very useful right now.
Nope. As he takes a peek at the remaining Lightning Helix that does nothing in his hand. That's an opt. Alright, so.
He has options.
He has options. Oh no, you don't. Okay, so let's go for a main phase opt. Draw ourselves into some answers.
That's not good enough, apparently.
Top card wasn't good enough. And
Oh, a copy of Logic Knot.
Yes.
That doesn't really do much right now.
Nope.
Abrupt Decay, we know it's in Niels' hand. Of course, Nick doesn't know it.
Uncounterable.
Yes, indeed.
So you can spill a counterspell on that thing, but it won't keep it from resolving anyway.
Indeed. Yeah, Nick is going to have to draw something along the lines of a Path to X or a Snapcaster Mage really quickly, because this game is spiraling out of control for him.
Yeah, real nice start. I mean, discard into discard into discard into Lily. That's
Yeah.
just exactly what you want if you're an Absent player.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're a black-green player. The same goes for Jund. Alright, so let's have a draw step.
Draws us a nice unstable swamp.
Yeah, featuring in our tournament for the first time. What do you think? Unstable. The basics.
Oh, I
mean,
love them.
Nick goes for the classic unhinged ones. Which
Those are not the
I
classics.
still
The
love.
classics are the unglued ones.
Nah,
Yes.
nobody plays unglued ones.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, okay, but you're something else.
Abrupt Decay, your Spell Queller.
Wow, yes. Give me back my Rhino, please.
Yeah, Nick can, of course, Logic Knot the Rhino, because it's still being cast from
Sure.
Spell Queller.
Sure. He's going to double check if he can.
Yeah.
So there goes Rhino on the stack and Logic Knot
Says
that
no.
away.
So at least there's, you know, he's not dead.
Not dead yet. Still in this.
And he does have the Lightning Helix for the Shambling Vents.
Of course.
So he
and
does need to
gains him 3 life.
Yeah.
So he has like 4 attack steps left.
Oh,
3 attack steps.
He needs to find an answer to the Rhino pretty quickly, but this could be worse.
Yeah, sure, but with just the Rhino, I mean Lightning Helix, the Shambling Vent, and just the Rhino, Lightning Helix going up to 12, so you have
3 turns.
Yeah, you have 3 turns to find an answer. And I think Niels drew something interesting because he doesn't go for the Shambling Vent.
Nope,
Oh,
passes
just
the
passed the turn.
Well, he knows about the Lightning Helix, so there's no reason for him to
Yeah, of
attack
course.
with his Shambling
Yeah,
Vent.
sure enough.
Nick pick up a copy of Cryptic Command, so that's not a turn he can buy himself.
Yeah, and including a mana leak. I don't believe he has the full 4 blue mana to do it, so he might just choose to take it here. Yeah, and then end step bounce it and then have mana leak up for the following turn.
That's an option. That's an option, but that you lose the game if Niels has another land.
Yeah, yeah. If he
But
has
you
another,
might have to. You might have
another
to.
untapped land in his next draw step. Yeah,
He's gonna go
you
for it.
draw yourself another card, and that is
I did not see what it was, I'm afraid.
A Logic Knot.
Ooh, well,
Ah,
that
well.
works. Well,
So-
is his graveyard big enough? That's the question.
Yeah, I believe it is. He only exiled 4 cards from the previous one, and there you have a Logic Knot, a Vendilion Clique.
Yeah, so you can actually get rid of the
yeah,
Siege Rhino.
you can also get rid of the Siege Rhino just by casting the Clique. So a lot of options for Nick. 1 life and still in this. In your draw step, yeah, there he goes. Vendilion Clique.
Let's get rid of the Rhino.
Yeah, and still with the Mana League backup, that's a pretty safe play.
And
Mana League and Lightning Helix.
Of course, he knows he's playing against an Absent Lich, which has very little ways to deal damage directly to the face.
And here we see interesting card as Engineered Explosives in the main deck for Niels.
Yeah, not very useful in this match.
No, and I see a Lingering Souls,
Which is
he
very useful.
probably drew
Yeah.
this turn in this draw step. So, what are we taking here? The Rhino, right?
I think. Well, you know there's no land right now. But the thing is, if you don't take the Rhino and you take the Lingering Souls for something, and he does draw
land from the Vanillion. Yeah.
I mean, Logic Knot is not an option right now because he doesn't have double blue open.
Yeah. Oh, wow, and he goes for the Lingering Souls.
So let's hope for Nick that Niels did not draw a land. That's a spell, I think.
I didn't quite make it. Couldn't quite make it out, but is it another copy of Lingering Souls?
I am not sure what it is right now.
He shuffles it to the front, but we still can't really make out what.
If it's a discard spell, it's good enough as well.
Yeah, true. So come on, Niels. Let's see what it is.
I think it's a copy of Tyler's Tracker.
Oh yeah. He does have one.
Two.
Does he have two?
Two
Two
in the
copies
main.
in the main deck. Yeah.
Or Grim Flayer. It looks like one of those spells, but I'm not quite sure.
I think you're right about it being a Tyler's Tracker though. And you wouldn't want to run that one. Well,
Actually,
you might.
Tyler's Tracker is fine. I mean, it
Yeah,
gets
but
around
also,
Mana League.
yeah,
But
it does
again,
the Lightning Helix.
Lightning Helix,
yeah.
yeah, you're right. No, Maelstrom Pulse, kill the Verdelian Clique. Fair.
Yeah, sure.
Follow it up with the...
Yeah, Tyler's Tracker.
That's
and that
getting,
will catch your Lightning Helix. Oh,
no,
Mana League.
Mana League.
Okay.
Again, Nick knows that if Niels draws another land, Mana League is useless. Might as well get the value from it now.
Mm-hmm.
Serum
Yeah,
Visions as well.
and Nick also knows that Niels is clearly playing around that sequencing.
Yeah.
But now Nick is safe behind that Logic Knot. So.
Well, I think that Scalding Tarn is going to the bottom, because he's only at 1 life.
Well, yeah, probably. Can't cast it anyway.
Well, it's hard to cast land to begin with.
Thank you very much. You are correct.
And here's the land,
and
so
there's the land,
Niels
yeah.
playing around Mana League,
Yeah.
but Logic Knot is gonna deal with this spell. Because Nick, you really cannot let it resolve, boy.
Does he have a Snapcaster Mage?
Yes,
No.
he does, but this
Oh.
Siege Rhino still cannot resolve.
No. Oh, and that's really nice, because then next turn you even have Snapcaster Mage and Logic Knot, which is
Yeah, and he's
pretty
one.
much a hard.
He's a 1 blue mana short of Snapcaster Mage Cryptic Command.
Yeah, I believe there's about 4 or 5 cards left in his graveyard,
Quite a few.
and with the Logic Knot doesn't really count if you want to cast it, of
Yeah.
course.
Niels might be able to turn this. Nick might be able to turn this
Yeah.
around at this point.
Well, he still needs to find a threat, of course, as he draws a path to exile for this turn, so that's pretty nice as well.
Snapcaster Mage is a threat.
And here we go. Do you want to snap off that mage now in response to the?
I do
Inquisition?
feel like casting Snapcaster Mage and just targeting Opt.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be left with 1 removal spell to deal with the Shambling Vents.
Well, or you might be. Does he still? No, he doesn't have another. If you snapcast a mage and Niels picks the Logic Knot from your hand, and if he drew another Rhino.
There's no Logic Knot in his hand. His hand is
you're
Lightning Helix, Battle Exile, Snapcaster Mage.
Oh yeah, path to exile. So if you don't target a counterspell here, and Niels drew another Siege Rhino, that might be a risky one.
That's true. But actually, Nick knows about the engineered explosives in Niels'
Oh
hand.
yeah, of course. Yeah, we saw it from the Vendilion Clique, of course.
So he's choosing Opt. Which makes sense, because he's losing the removal spell, but he has another one left.
Yeah.
I assume Niels is gonna pick the Lightning Helix. You don't want to let your opponent draw back into this game by getting a few bits of life.
Yeah, having Nick at just 1 life is pretty nice.
Yeah. At this point, you probably want to trade your Shambling Vents for that Path to Exile.
Oh yeah.
So a stronger threat can do something later on in the game. No, he's opting to go for the Engineered Explosive to get rid of the Snapcaster Mage.
Alright. He really doesn't want to trade off that Shambling Vent, because the activation cost on that thing is 3, right?
Yeah. Nick drew a new copy of Lightning Helix.
Oh wow. And a Lightning Bolt. So, start the beatdowns.
Yeah.
Pop the Engineered. And let's see if Niels can draw a few more threats for this game.
He's looking for a lot of Siege Rhinos, but I think he drew a land.
Rhino into Rhino into Rhino. In the meantime, we of course have a backup feature match for you guys at the ready, and an update from there is our backup feature match is Lawrence van der Beek, and he is playing Black-White Eldrazi Texas, and he is up a game. Oh, this could be a nice one. Did he draw another land to go along with this? Yes, he does. A fetch land, even.
No, I'm pretty sure at this point, Nick is representing lethal.
He has
2 copies of Lightning Bolt, a Lightning Helix, which is 9 damage, and he can just activate his Colonnade for the game.
Yeah.
But he probably will not go for that, because that's if Niels has any answers. Yeah, this is the much safer play. Just Lightning Bolt the Tidus Tracker. Just play it safe. There's no rush. You're on a safe 1 life.
And you still have that Path to Exile, so Nick can even start the attacks with the Colonnade, still representing the Path to Exile.
Niels probably still not going for the Shambling Vents play. If he didn't do it before, he probably won't do it now.
No.
He's gonna draw a card with his clue.
Let's try this again. That is either a Path to Exile or Lingering Souls.
Well, if it was Lingering Souls, he would have cast it, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Ooh,
and Nick really playing the Jeskai control role of this game, drawing another copy of Mana Leak and opting not to attack with the Celestial Colonnade this turn just yet. Safely behind a legion of removal spells.
Is it me, or that when Niels played his Verdant Catacombs, when Tidus Tracker entered the battlefield, and Nick bolted it in response to the clue trick, and he should have fetched them for a second clue token, right?
Yes, he should have. Yeah. Yeah, that would have gave him another clue to work with.
Ooh.
A Stirring Wildwood.
That's another creature land. Yeah. That's good for.
And that one's a 3/4.
Yeah.
So.
Although that just gets blocked by a Celestial Colonnade.
Yeah, sure. But it does force Nick to, well, mostly tap out and leave a Celestial Colonnade.
Ooh.
Search for Ascanta. All right.
That's a good pickup for Nick.
Yeah.
It's both, next turn is going to be a land.
Yeah.
And it's going to fuel Nick's hand quite well.
That's really a nice pickup for Nick.
Yeah, for sure. Niels is electing to start attacking with his manlands.
Oh wow, and both of them, yeah. Now Nick doesn't have the Celestial Colonnade activation up, so
yeah, but
might as well.
He does have the removal spells to deal with this.
So there we go.
Put myself at a safe life total.
Yep. Lightning Helix that.
Niels thinking about using his own Path to Exile or his own Fatal Push to get rid of his Shambling Vent so Nick will not be able to gain any life.
I think he's going to do it.
Yeah.
Fatal Push to Shambling Vent, yeah.
I think Nick is fine with this trade.
Yeah, of course, since he does have another path to exile.
And it costs Niels a resource.
Yeah. Of course, I mean that is going to mean that the Celestial Colonnade is much safer to attack with now.
Yeah. Because now there's an empty board across from Nick.
Nick still has his search for Ascanta.
No, I mean across from Nick.
Across, okay, across from Nick, yeah. And that thing is going to spiral this game pretty much out of reach for Niels, I believe.
Yeah, if Nick gets a few turns of an uncontested search for Ascanta, he's probably going to win this game.
And there you see the search for Ascanta trigger in his upkeep. And let's see if he decides to flip it.
Well, let's see if he decides to discard the card first, or not.
Yep. He's going to trigger to have that search for Ascanta flip in Ascanta, the Sunken Ruin.
And he's keeping the card on top that he had.
And we can have a look at the Ascanta, the Sunken Ruin on screen for you guys. Since it's a pretty special land. It's a legendary land that adds blue to your mana pool. And for 3 mana, which you can see Nick doing right now, you can look at the top 4 cards of your library and you may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them. So either a removal spell or a counter spell.
Lots of those in Nick's list. Lots of non-creature land.
Yeah, lots of those.
Negate the pick.
And Negate is the pick for Nick. As he will probably untap his permanents and go to his own draw step.
Flooded Strand to draw. Nice. Still a useless card at this point for Nick.
Yeah,
he is at 1 life.
Yeah, I think Nick is pretty comfortable in this this position right now.
He does need to find a way to close the game, but it's looking very good for him right now.
Well, as soon as Niels is going to try to resolve a spell, I suppose that Spell Queller is going to hit the battlefield and start attacking right away. That is in Nick's hand. So here we go, Liliana.
I think Spell Queller has a few words to say about that. Or no, I think Negate has a word to say about that.
Negate might have something to say about that. Yeah, this is one of the few chances you have to snap off that Negate, so might as well take it here.
No Liliana for you, Niels.
And there we go, another activation of Ascanta, the Sunken Ruin.
Cryptic Command, the pick. Very quickly puts it into his hand.
Yeah, Cryptic Command, one of the best draws right now. And let's see if Niels can try and resolve another threat.
Well, he drew his copy of Liliana the Last Hope. He's electing not to cast it because he knows Nick has a Cryptic Command. Yeah. And there's another copy of Cryptic Command for Nick. I think this game is pretty much over.
Yeah, this is pretty much locked up for Nick. And he's going to have to start attacking at some time, but he can also just draw into bolts.
He has a bolt and a helix, so he can take his time.
Just end step bolt.
Unloading the Flooded Strand, so he can, he can start fetching soon, because I think we're gonna see a helix at the end of this turn.
Yeah. There we go, trying to resolve a Tarmogoyf, and this might catch that Spell Queller.
I think it's gonna catch Cryptic Command.
Yeah. Cynic is really taking the slow route to victory here.
Draw a card, count your threat.
I mean, it sounds lovely as a control player.
Yeah, I mean, Niels is representing that he has nothing in his hand. Yeah. He's basically he hasn't played many spells at all. So not even going for the Lightning Helix. Nope. Just I want more value.
Just give me more cards.
I'm a citizen of Value Town and I like to stay there. A Lightning Bolt. So right now we know that Nick has 9 points of burn in his hand.
Yep.
He's just looking for that, final point.
Oh,
there it is.
Yeah. So if Niels doesn't cast a threat on his turn, which has to be dealt with, Nick can just go for
to finish. Yeah, exactly.
So we might see just bolt, helix, electrolyze.
Yeah, a good game. The classic Jessica control finish in Modern. Well, it used to be bolt, snapcaster, bolt, but
this
Nick knows. I think Nick knows he has it, so he might as well let this resolve.
Might even resolve, yeah. Or catches.
You might throw in the mana leak just to make Niels pay more, just to make Niels tap out. No.
I believe it's going to resolve.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Fair enough.
I'd let it resolve.
Those tokens don't have haste anyway, so.
Exactly. If it doesn't have haste and if it's not called Siege Rhino, sure.
Yeah.
You can have it.
These are not the threats you're looking for.
Yeah.
And now we have 2 spirit tokens for Niels. Might as well try to resolve that second half of that Lingering Souls.
Well, you could. I'm not sure that's the right play.
Here we see some rearranging of the lands by Nick. Nicely lining up his red mana on the left.
Yeah, he knows what's about to happen.
So
bolt you, bolt you.
Let's count and let's count again. Here we see the back half of the Lingering Souls. Might as well
if he can spare the mana, I would mana leak this just to make sure Niels steps out.
Well, what is a card that Niels could have in the end step of Nick?
See, you don't know. He doesn't know Niels miss. No. There could be some random life gain. I mean, probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 to the face, not your tokens, buddy.
Yeah. You saw him trying to pick up his tokens right there, and they have the Bolt and Helix.
And he shows him the Helix. Ah, that's
yeah, that's game.
That's enough points of burn you got there, Niels.
Right.
Nick.
Yeah, that was 11 even points of burn.
I love this.
To the face in
Nick
one
kept a 1-lander.
Yes,
got
he has.
Brought down to 1 life by Niels and found a way to completely take over this game after dealing with those 2 Siege Rhinos, because it was looking pretty.
It was looking pretty grim for Nick.
Yeah, but he got back into this game.
I mean, Inquisition into Thoughtseize, into Inquisition, into Lily, discarding a spell, and then even a removal spell for the first spell queller to get back the Thoughtseize.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was pretty safe for Nick, as it looked like. But there we have it, Nick picking up the first game. Let's have a look at these sideboards.
Yes.
Niels on Abzan. He is packing 2 copies of Collective Brutality, a Damnation, Flaying Tendrils, 3 Fulminator Mages, a Gideon Ally of Zendikar, Maelstrom Pulse, Nihil Spellbomb, 2 Stony Silences, and 2 Surgicals.
See, this sideboard doesn't really improve this match all that much.
No.
I like Gideon. Gideon is just great. Planeswalkers are good against control. You bring him in.
Yeah, they are. And you might make a case for a Surgical, but
I do not like bringing
really
in Surgical against decks that aren't combo decks.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't like it.
And
he might go for it, but I think he might go for the Fulminator Mages to get rid of. It's a threat, and it gets rid of Nick's Crystal Colonnades and so on. It can even deal with the search for Ascanta, the land.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, a flip search for Ascanta can be hit by a Fulminator Mage. Yeah, that's.
So really I think you might want to bring those in.
Yeah, really good point. What is he going to bring out? I mean, if you don't have really much to bring in, are there many dead spells in an Abzan list like this?
I think he might shave a bit on his removal spells.
So 3 Path to Exiles and Fatal Pushes, he might shave on those.
Because he's playing 3 Path to Exile, 3 Fatal Push, 2 Abrupt Decay, a Maelstrom Pulse, and an Injured Explosive. You can shave some of those down.
Yeah.
In fact, looking at this list right now, he actually found all of his Siege Rhinos last game. He's only playing 2.
Oh, he's only playing 2, yeah. That's funny. Okay, so let's have a look at
but Nick does not know that.
No, Nick doesn't know that. So let's have a look at Nick's side of the board. He has brought 1 Blessed Alliance, 2 Dispels, 2 Engineered Explosives, 3 Leyline of Sanctity, 1 Relic of Progenitus, 2 Stony Silence, 2 Supreme Verdict, 1 Timely Reinforcements, and a Wear and Tear. Well then.
I like the Verdict and the Reinforcements, because you're probably going to be on the back foot in the early game, and you want to be able to reset that.
Yeah, reset the board. Something he was looking for actually in the last game, and he found it in the form of just a chain of multiple good spells.
Indeed. And I like Blessed Alliance as well.
Yeah, do you?
Yeah, Niels is probably going to have 1 threat early on. and it's gonna allow Nick to gain life, just to get back into that game. And engineered explosives might be nice against lingering souls. I'm not sure it's that great.
Well, if the engineered explosives are good versus the lingering souls draw, the Blessed Alliance is on the opposite side of that.
That is
equation.
true. It depends what Nick is really scared of.
Yeah.
Is he scared of lingering souls, or is he scared of the early threats?
Yeah, it really depends on what he is going to plan for the game too. The ley lines, are those even an option? I mean, he is playing a lot of discard and...
Yeah, if you're really scared of the discard spells, that's what you go for, because it doesn't do anything against any of Niels' other spells. So Siege Runner doesn't target a player.
Yeah.
Okay, Liliana ultimate, but by that time you've already lost the game anyway.
Yeah.
I don't like bringing in the ley lines here.
Okay. Well, they both drew an opening hand of 7 cards, and let's see if they would like to keep those. With Nick on the play, choosing to take a mulligan. So Nick up a game on the draw right now, which is not bad, being the Jeskai control player.
Mm-hmm.
Turn 1 discard is still bad, but
yeah,
as we saw,
especially when you're mulliganing to 6.
Yeah, and we did see him come back from a turn 1, 2, and 3 discard spell, so that shouldn't be a problem for Nick if we're basing this on experience.
Well, if he just keeps another hand that is all action and just one land and just rips him off the top, he'll be fine, no problem.
So we'll see if he can draw the right sequence of removal and counter spells in this game as well. And for Niels, I'm just looking for turn 1 discard, turn 2 threat, turn 3 Lily.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. That's a plan that deck always loves to do.
Yeah, that's the Absent special.
We can see Nick brought in the Energy Explosives and the Supreme Verdict because they're both in his hand.
Oh, yeah. So this might look like a keep with a Flooded Strand, so all 3 colors of mana represented in this game. And scrying to the bottom.
Well, there's a discard spell for Niels, because if you're fetching for a land, you're casting a discard spell.
Yeah. No real reason to cast a Path to Exile on the first turn of the game, so let's have a look at that hand.
Niels choosing to preserve his life total, not take 3 right now. Probably has the other colors in his hand.
And is that a foil copy?
Actually, whenever I see that land, I always think it's foil. I don't think it is.
It's just the art.
Yeah,
right?
the art looks like it's foil every single time.
I think it just looks like an iPhone lock screen. As we see,
it kind of does, especially with the little.
with the little
the
holo on the bottom.
It does look like an iPhone lock screen.
So we see the Inquisition. It cannot hit the Supreme Verdict, but really depends on Niels' hand if he's going to take the Engineered or Negate.
We can also see some sideboard cards from Niels, because he has a Niels Spellboom in his hand, and I detected another spell. He also has a Fulminator Mage in his hand.
Oh,
so we know he brought those in. Good choice.
He's going to take the Engineered Explosives. I mean, it really depends on if you have a turn 2 creature, the negate doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And if you have a more discard spells, you really want to take the negate there. Oh, a Mana Leak to draw for Nick. That's
Mana Leak, much worse on the draw than on the play.
Not going to help him on the second turn of the game as he passes it back to Niels. Opening up with a Wooded Foothills. Windswept Heath.
And I'm gonna cast a Niels Spellbomb.
Yeah. Okay, so Nick should be okay with this.
Yeah, this is fine. It's not a threat.
Yeah, the Spellbomb is nasty, but this is still a fine position for Nick to be in, since he can now hold up Mana Leak and negate.
He'd be much more worried about a Tarmogoyf right about now.
Oh yeah.
Because he doesn't have any answers in his hand for at least for the upcoming 3 turns.
Yeah. And there's already an
artifact, a land, and a sorcery.
Yeah.
So this is fine for Nick.
Yeah. A Hollowed Fountain, the draw. We might see an island. Yeah.
Yeah. So now his Mana Leak is live, his negate is live. So I like Nick's position right now, because Niels can't put any threat on the battlefield this turn either. No.
And even the another discard spell would catch a negate from Nick.
Nick is happy about this. He just wants to play the long game.
Yeah.
Right now, as it stands, he's getting there.
Yeah. Just throw myself into some snappies, some cryptics. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can do this all day. Well,
And
only
he's
3 rounds.
going to.
Well, only 3 rounds.
Yeah, well, this deck he's going to play 3 rounds, but I mean, we are going to do this all day.
Yeah.
As this is just the first round of
Another iPhone lock screen for Niels.
Yeah, and there we see that Fulminator Mage
Yeah.
catching a mana leak. Nick saying, "I'd like to keep my mana, please. Thank you very much."
Yeah. It's not fair if you get to play lands and I don't, you know. Let's keep it civil.
Oh, and Niels just drawing land after land, I believe.
Yeah, Niels is just...
I saw at least 2 more lands in his hand. Might even want to go
second copy of Supreme Verdict to draw for Nick.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, you have 2 copies of Supreme Verdict, you have a negate, you have a lightning helix to deal with the shambling vent.
Yeah.
I like it. Untapped Hallowed Fountain.
Okay.
Representing Cryptic Command. I like
That's-
that.
Yeah. Paying
might-
2 life to represent.
Yeah, probably getting Niels to... Probably baiting out Niels' shambling vent.
Yeah.
Because Niels, you know, he... No, I'll discard spell to play. Sure. You can see this.
Yeah. That's fine.
Oh, he might use a negate. Because Niels is most likely going to pick the negate anyway.
Yeah, it probably is. As we have a update from our backup feature match, which is already over. That was Lawrence van der Beek versus Tim van der Lans, and Lawrence won that game 2-0 with his black-white Eldrazi and Texas.
Nick picking up a copy of Opt. That's what he wants to see. He really wants to draw this.
Oh yeah, just filtering, drawing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And he drew another copy of Opt with it, I think. It looks like an old frame card.
Yeah, there's not much of those in his deck.
I think it's just the Opts and the Lightning Bolts, and it's a blue card. So I think it's not Lightning Bolt.
Okay. Probably not.
I'm not sure. I'm bad at this game, otherwise I would be playing in this tournament.
Might be a water bolt.
A water bolt,
Yeah,
yes.
water bolt.
Water bolt.
Hydrojet.
Hydrojet, I like it.
Get your Squirtle on.
Yeah, so we're just making up cards now, are we? And we have, it's only the first round, they're already making up cards.
Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
Niels' hand is just 2 copies of 2 lands. I think he's gonna, he's gonna have to correct the spell bomb just to draw some action.
Just to draw into some threats.
Yeah. He is way behind right now.
And if he doesn't have...
I think he has 3 lands and a spell.
I believe it was a Tyler's Tracker.
Yeah.
I'm not
Which
quite
is
sure.
good right now.
Yeah, sure. Tyler's Tracker, play a land.
Let's see if Niels doesn't... Well, he should play the fetch right now. Please don't make the same mistake again.
Yeah. Get my clue.
Please, he should fetch in response here to get a second clue.
Mm-hmm. He's letting it resolve.
Again, choosing not to get the second clue.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's doing this.
Maybe he has a second spell he wants to resolve.
Well, he could do that anyway.
Yeah.
If he
Oh
uses
yeah,
fetch
sure.
land.
Yeah.
So I don't see reason not to crack your fetch land right there.
Yeah, you still have the mana up.
Yeah.
Maybe an interaction that he isn't really familiar
Yeah.
with.
I can't imagine though, because I think he plays that quite a lot.
And there we see an end step fetch. As Nick played only a Celestial Colonnade tapped on his turn of the game.
Also, don't really like cracking the clue before using your fetch land.
No, you don't?
No, I like cracking my fetch land first, lowering my chance of drawing a land. Okay, it's marginal. It's marginal,
Really small.
but but he should have fetched already. He should have had a second clue in
And
play.
if let's make a case that he has a chance to draw a fatal push.
But does he want to?
No, but you might have a chance to.
I don't think.
So if you have a fatal push, you might want to leave the land in play. But he did have another fetch land.
Yeah, but if he was gonna crack his fetch land anyway, then he should have definitely used it in response to the Lightning Helix.
That's true. Okay, so let's see, because now he used a main phase fetch to a basic forest.
Are we going to see Garruk Apex Predator for this banner? I don't think it's in his deck, but
No. It would be nice, but he would get disqualified.
well, I can dream. I was hoping to see Garruk Apex Predator.
Here we have a Scavenging Ooze.
Yeah, that's not long for this world. Nick can just safely... I think at this point Nick is fine with trading a Supreme Verdict for that. Ooze will quickly take over any game it's left.
Nick's still at 29. That's... wow. That's real comfortable.
But he has a Snapcaster Mage in his hand, which is useless as long as Scavenging Ooze is on the battlefield. And he can take a hit from Shambling Vents.
Easily, yeah.
He can also take a hit from Scavenging Ooze. So, whatever he prefers.
Yeah. If he decides to just take 1 or 2 hits from that Ooze, but
he won't.
Yeah, he has a backup Verdict, so there's no real reason to just go for
Niels using his Ooze to gain some life.
Yeah.
Another play I don't like.
I would
because
if he draws spells off.
If he draws his Liliana's, I would step spells off as well. Because right now, if he draws Liliana the Last Hope, he can't get that Fulminate Mage back anymore, or that Tidus Tracker.
Yeah, very much true.
I'm not sure if Liliana's still in his deck, but I think it should be because it returns creatures to your hand.
Yeah. And a Fulminator would be a really nice target.
Yeah, get rid of the Colonnade.
Yeah.
Or get rid of Nick's only red source.
Yeah.
Well, he has a fast land, but
he does have a Flooded Strand right now. But and here we see an activation of the Shambling Vent, attacking Nick down to 18, going back up. Down to 18. Another Spell Bomb, another redraw.
Well, no, right now it's decent because he doesn't know about Nick's Snapcaster Mage, but it's there.
Serum Vision's the draw for Nick. And I assume we're going to see that cast right away. Let's draw some more.
Couldn't see what he drew. He quickly hit it in his hand.
There's at least a Lightning Bolt on the top of his deck.
Yeah.
And he's going to leave it as the
I like
second card. Or the first. He's going to leave it as the
and then he just snaps them both to the bottom.
The suspense.
It's killing me. Search for Escanta and Lightning Bolt. Electing to go for the Lightning Bolt first.
Yeah, Lightning Bolt on top.
Cryptic Command the pickup.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Must be nice. Yeah, this game again firmly in control of Nick.
Yeah, I think Niels is once again forced to just trade the Spell Bomb for a card. Yep.
There we go.
See if he had a second clue to crack now.
Yeah. So let's see if Niels can draw anything. I see a Fatal Push in hand, which is pretty much useless.
Inquisition hits Snapcaster Mage.
You might as well cast it.
Nope. Nick is Nick's just gonna say no, you can't see my hand. I'd like to draw that Lightning Bolt, please. Ah, punished.
Yeah, that was pretty decent from Niels, also leading it with the Inquisition, and then casting the Thoughtseize, which gives him now the option to catch that Supreme Verdict. Although
I think he has to take the Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's about short-term gain or long-term gain. If you take the Lightning Bolt, you can attack this turn with Shambling Vents safely. If you don't, Snapcaster Mage is gonna Cryptic Command. It's gonna do too much shenanigans. Long-term gains, Niels is going for here. But getting 2 damage in is not worth it right now.
Talk about a long-term game.
6 minutes left in the round, and he's a game behind.
He's down a game. Yeah, there's 6 minutes left, and there's a Search for Escanta on top.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to play a long game, Nick has got you covered.
Yeah, Nick is gonna is ready for you. Yeah, slams it onto the battlefield.
There we go. I knew this was coming.
Yeah. Like, nope, we're not wasting no time with this. This is the spell I want. You have your Shambling Vents, you do you.
He is nowhere near flipping that enchantment so far, I believe. I believe there's 3 or 4 cards in his graveyard.
Which
I
is
mean,
actually not that far off.
no, that's just a few turns, but or just a few spells.
Depending on what if Nyx has any cards on top that he wants to get rid of course.
Yeah.
Because if you find a Snapcaster Mage, I think you're gonna draw it.
Oh yeah. Which is not great, because then you cast a Snapcaster Mage, exiling another card from your graveyard.
Man.
Yeah, never going to flip that as Kanta.
So unlucky. Never lucky.
Really, man. I mean, who does this?
He's going for the Cryptic Command.
Oh yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, okay. That's a pretty decent card.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
It's not very Cryptic Command, which is a shame, but that's not really legal, so... I think, yeah, the fast route is gonna say, hi. And Nick is gonna say, sure,
Yeah,
13. Yeah, you got it, buddy. Niels' hand looks like Fatal Push and Collector's Brutality, I think.
Oh, so he did bring those in.
Yeah. Or maybe a second copy of Fatal Push, I'm not quite sure. I don't like bringing in Brutality.
It was Fulminator Mage.
Fulminator Mage. Well, I do like bringing that in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But again, this is not going to resolve. And that's another card in Nick's graveyard.
Yeah.
4 down, 3 to go. Scalding Tarn to pick up.
Yeah.
That's another card in the graveyard.
Yeah. So here we go. Let's have a look. Flooded Strand. Yeah, really nice.
And Snapcaster Mage to draw.
Right. So this is going perfectly according to plan for Nick.
Yeah.
I mean, fetching the Scalding Tarn must be his 7th card, probably.
Fetching Scalding Tarn is card number 6. And Ascanton is next to his card number 7.
Yeah.
So
there you have it.
Oh, and there's card number 6. Inquisition of Kozilek will help you.
Thank you, Niels, for helping me flip my Ascanta. Yeah, he's going to cast his Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Might as well.
He might even bolt, Snapcaster and then bolt his face, because he cannot take the Supreme Verdict anyway, so...
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Snapcaster.
There you go, Snapcaster.
Well, I probably would have...
Bolt
Snapcaster
Bolt.
Bolt.
Bolt Snap Bolt would have been nice, but he probably has some... Yeah, he still has a Cryptic Command in his graveyard, so he targets Cryptic Command here.
Yeah.
As a Snapcaster Cryptic Command in this turn, and here...
Inquisition resolves.
Yeah.
You can see my Supreme Verdict.
Resolves, dear sir.
You don't want to be in Niels' position right now.
No.
Look at that. There's 6 cards in his graveyard and a fetch land in play. I wonder what's about to happen.
Yep. Niels going to try and attack with one of his 2 creature lands, maybe. Or both of them.
Can he do both? No, I think he's 1 mana short. No, he can do both.
Yeah. He's doing Wildwood is also only 3 mana, right? Yeah.
Although the moment he activates both of them, Cryptic Command is going to have a word to say about that.
Oh yeah, of course. Doesn't that say tap all
No, taps all
taps
creatures.
all creatures, yeah.
Niels selecting to activate both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now you know that Niels is tapped out, you might as well just Cryptic, tap them both.
Tap your creatures, draw a card.
Yeah.
That does remove a card from his graveyard, but Scalding Tarn adds 1.
Yeah, so that's
you can
fine.
still flip with the search for Scandal's trigger.
Yeah.
If you just put the top card in your graveyard.
With
And I think you're going to at this point. I think no matter what the card is, he's gonna get rid of it just to flip his search for Ascanta next turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is just going through the motions for Nick.
Yeah. He does need to actually answer these lands at some point, but
yeah, but
it's not that hard to find answers.
There's a really, really small chance that he's going to lose this game. And even then, that he's going to lose this game within the time.
True. So 6 cards in his graveyard now, because of course Cryptic Command was exiled from flashbacking it. So I think Search for Ascanta is just... Oh, we're in turns already.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there we have turn 1 of extra turns.
Yes.
So this is Search for Ascanta.
Oh, perfect. A land. You don't want to draw that anyway.
Yeah. So here we go.
Colonnade can also do blocking duty. Do you know what the draw is? I think he drew Blessed Alliance.
So you were correct, sir.
It looks like a copy of Blessed Alliance in Nick's hand right now.
Yeah, it's calling turn, added to the battlefield.
Yeah. I'm not sure what it is, to be honest. But
And he's just going to pass the turn.
yeah,
I mean,
of course. You're behind.
Yeah, I'm up a game.
I'm up a game.
So
I have my land that will draw me everything I want.
yeah.
And Niels only has 2 turns to close this. He doesn't even have enough power on the battlefield.
No.
He only has 5 power. He needs
Yeah.
He needs 6
Yeah.
to do this in 2 turns. So there's
even if Nick doesn't really have anything in hand, and by some miraculous reason that Snapcaster Mage cannot block anymore,
yeah.
Niels doesn't have the power.
Gideon the draw.
Well, that's still not enough.
I think the card in Nick's hand might be a copy of Leyline of Sanctity.
Oh, so he might have brought those in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Too late now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to let Gideon resolve.
You can just attack it with a colonnade.
I don't think you want to do that.
Yeah, but yeah.
I think all Nick wants to do is find a cryptic command right now and just.
Yeah.
You know what?
Snapcaster
I can tap
Cryptic.
all your creatures.
Yeah.
We're safe.
Yeah. There's just one attack step for Niels left
Yeah.
in this game after this turn. So
I like this. You can see Niels' tattooed wedding ring. The
Yep.
little heart on his finger. That's his wedding ring.
oh, is it?
They got it tattooed.
Wow, that's really nice.
Yeah. Engagement ring. Engagement ring.
Okay. So here we see an activation of search for the
Oh,
colonnade.
we're just gonna block.
Yeah.
Because he can still activate the
Yeah.
land if he just fetches. Because he can still tap the colonnade for mana.
Yeah, sure. So this is fine. Niels empty-handed. You know there's nothing else coming in.
Yeah. You probably want to jump block here with the Snapcaster Mage, just to make sure
Just
you don't
to be
take any
safe.
damage right now.
Yeah.
And
Just
then
to be safe.
all
You
you
only
have
have to survive one more turn.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. And Niels might draw a removal spell, and he does. You know he doesn't have one right now, so you might as well do
Yeah.
the blocking now. But let's see what Nick finds with his Ascanta first.
Uno, dos, tres.
Lightning Helix, I like that.
Leyline.
2 copies of Leyline of Sanctity.
Yeah.
Lightning Helix. Well, you're gonna be happy. He's gonna be happy not that he cannot draw any more Leylines right now because you're only
Yeah,
praying the
probably.
3.
Okay, and do we see a block?
Yeah,
Yep.
we do.
Just to be safe. Lightning Helix in hand.
Yeah, you're safe here.
And I get to untap.
He is facing lethal next turn. Because of Gideon can attack for 5, the token can attack for 2, and the 2 lands can attack for 5 as well. So that's not enough. That's 12. Lightning Helix will put him up to 13.
Yeah. So if he decides to kill that knight ally in his own main phase to make sure he gains that life,
he's gonna supreme verdict. Like, no, you can't have a token. You can't have that.
Bit of overkill maybe, but
Yeah. And he even has Cryptic Command mana open if he has one in his hand. He doesn't though. He has an opt. Niels' final turn of the match.
So yeah, this is in no way lethal for Niels.
No, he doesn't have lethal on the board right. No, he does have lethal on the board exactly. But
yeah, with the knowledge of the Lightning Helix,
I mean,
he does not have.
Right now, looking at this board state, he has lethal.
And even if there were a removal spell for his own creature to have Nick not gain any life.
Oh, Nick is gonna target Niels' face with Lightning Helix. Just
would he?
I would. You don't want to risk a removal. Well, even a removal spell would still do it. But you just, I'm gonna target face.
Rub it in.
I'm gonna target face. I'm gonna cast opt. Find the lightning bolt. Cast that as well. I'm actually gonna
win
and win the game. Not even draw it. Win the game.
Yeah.
3U. Yeah, I like this.
All right.
He tapped. Oh, he had to tap it this way.
Yeah.
So no lightning bolt for him right now anymore this turn.
It would have been really cool if he managed to even kill Niels.
I am Nick. I want to take 10.
I would see the
Now we see the
handshake
handshake.
for Niels. Congratulations, Nick and Lawrence, both winning their games.
Nick winning his match in a decisive fashion. Really